Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time reviewing on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Micro Series Villains, issue number 6. Now, as you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Micro Series Villains is meant to feature characters like Baxter Stockman, Karai, Bebop and Rocksteady, and the issue that I want to cover today is issue 6, featuring the villain Han, who was in the 2003 Ninja Turtles cartoon, the 2012 one, and has appeared as well in the IDW comics, who is meant to be the father of Casey Jones in this version. So, let's get on with the story. It starts off with, Han, who's also known as Arnold, saying, "I guess I've done some bad things, but I'm not a bad guy. I just had demons, you know. Anyway, I'm Arnold. I'm an alcoholic." Hi, Arnold. We see how he mentions that, he grew up rough. He met a girl, had a son known as Casey. Things got worse, hit the bottle. But of course, after what happened to his son, he's kind of now on a bit more of a downward spiral until he meets one of his old friends saying, "Hey, Arnie, Angel told me about your boy. Come on in, let me get you a drink." And we see how, Angel's father tries to get Arnold back onto the path of the Purple Dragons and into drinking alcohol, but of course tries to quickly get out of the bar and tries to kind of think to himself, until meeting Leonardo, who did join the Foot Clan in one of the earlier issues of the IDW comics, and we see how Arnold ends up getting beaten, and of course we see how Leo says, "And to think you used to be Han." We see how Arnold ends up meeting Shredder, who says, "Someone who is about to change your life. I heard about your son, sliced through the gut like a fish. Don't you talk about your son? How will you provide him with medical care? With what money?" And we see how he promises to kind of make Arnold stronger and keep the Purple Dragons in his control, but helps him to try and get his act together by promising to dose him up with mutagen, but of course has to kind of do things under his rules and demands, which of course Arnold takes. And this is where we see how he mentions how, he basically hit it up, he became Han again, and went to the hideout where Angel and her crew are. And this is where Angel now comes face to face with Han, who says, "Oh, I agree. There ain't voting in the Purple Dragons." "Who the hell?" But that part about your being in charge." And we see how he mainly says that he's going to be taking over now, but we see how Angel mainly gets her crew to try and take down Han. But of course, we see how Han handles them down single-handedly, beating them to a pulp by piece, and even makes it clear that he's taken in charge now, and they have to do what he says. And we see how, he mainly ends up kind of getting back on the top shelf, takes over other territories, and gives Shredder his demands. And this is where you can tell Han tries to play nice guy, and even Casey isn't buying it. And we even say that, he's been hitting the gym, he's been trying to do better, but even tries to give Casey a gift, a new hockey mask. And of course, we see how Han goes from other territories, building up his new reputation. And even mentions, "So, this is my 1-month chip, and I'm proud to have it. One day at a time." And this is the story. So I think this one is actually not too bad. It actually shows you that Arnold is a good guy deep down. I just think gets easily misguided, and when promised things to get him back on the whole pedestal again, you can tell he takes it like a drug and doesn't really stop to think if this really is going to fix anything. the issue makes it clear Arnold can be his own worst enemy when easily misguided and corrupted, and this can happen to a lot of people who hit rock bottom or just think that this is like some big opportunity without thinking of the consequences. Still a good story, so it still deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, comic book reviewer here, signing out.